So I've talked to you about another generalized principle called the time target, which sort of stated how you use your time is crucial to the results you're going to be able to achieve, and gave you some tools and sort of a framework to think about time. Well, now I'm going to tell you that it's not about time at all, it's about energy. And I borrowed this principle from a book called The Power of Full Engagement. In that book, and I think this is very true, is that it's not necessarily about how much time you put in, it's about what happens in that time. And what happens in that time is largely about how you feel and about your energy. So there's 4 kinds of energy that we need to look at and be conscious of. Firstly, physical energy. Makes sense, are you physically tired? Are you physically able? If you just run a marathon, you're going to be pretty physically wiped out and you need to rest. And the same goes with the other 4 types or the other 3 types of energy. But I'm going to come back to the physical because there's a good analogy or a good understanding that we need to be aware of. If you want to grow yourself physically, like you want to grow muscle, then you've got to do 2 things. You've got to stress the muscle and you've got to let it rejuvenate or let it revive and recuperate. So there's stress and recuperation. And the same goes for mental, emotional, and spiritual. Mental and emotional should be pretty self-explanatory. Mental is the thinking, how much your brain's engaged. Emotionally is, is there a lot of emotion you have to put into things? Are things emotionally draining? Are they emotionally reviving? Spiritual, just put some clarity around that. Spiritual energy is what you get from being engaged in something that has more meaning beyond you. If you feel like you're engaged in a passion or engaged in a mission that's beyond you, that's sort of a spiritual journey. And that's sort of different for everyone. But that's important because you can tap into a higher source of energy when you're tapped into a spiritual meaning. So to grow each of these, you're at a level right now, I'm at a level right now within each of these different states. And to be able to do more and create more, we've got to grow our capacity within the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. So we've got to know, what do I need right now in terms of recovery? And then how much do I stress those different muscles or the different areas to get growth? So we've got to make sure we're doing both stress and recover consistently. And that's different for everyone. It might be, for myself, physically, I know that if I don't get enough sleep, then I'm not effective during the day. So part of my recovery is making sure I get adequate sleep. It's nutrition. It's doing all the things that we know we're supposed to be doing. But for everybody is different. Everyone has different capacity and different things that work for them. This is just sort of about creating awareness and giving yourself the right rituals and habits to maximize your level of effectiveness and maximize your energy.